this is for all those people out there making the claim that this whole hashtag walk away campaign is somehow a Russian op or that these people are Russian bots. You need to take 5 minutes out of your day and go look up the definition of irony.
And I hope this video reaches the right people. I hope it inspires some to just be free thinkers. Think three-dimensional, not 2D. Because right now, everything you see on TV is 2D. They anticipate you not having your own critical thinking. They expect you to just follow what they show you, follow what they tell you. Come on, we're in the year 2018. Any video, anything could be manipulated, man. The technology is far beyond anything I can imagine as a kid. They can make a video look like anything today. My advice to everybody is do your own research.
Just type in hashtag walk away. And the thing that makes it most interesting is that most of these stories come from minorities. And you already know that the minority groups are almost bred to gravitate towards the Democratic Party. Of course, I can speak out of experience. And generally speaking, once you start speaking against the narratives of the mainstream left, you get called all of these names and you're considered a traitor by the same people that claim to be the ally of the minority. So I think we're seeing a seismic shift in culture, and this hashtag is really an indication of that. People are becoming more confident to let others know that they no longer mess with the Democratic Party. Folks are beginning to see that they are not alone, because generations have been almost programmed to think that they have to support a certain party or ideology. I believe that this is a positive thing. Now, some people are switching to conservatism, others are keeping it independent, and others are going full-blown anarcho-capitalist libertarian like myself. Now, the fact that people are beginning to question and reconsider their, I guess, political alignments is such a positive thing. Folks shouldn't feel like they are required to support Democrats just because they pay lip service to their gripes. Some of these gripes aren't even legitimate, but I guess you have to sort of break some mental shackles in order to get there. So even if these folks aren't adopting the correct positions, at the very least, they are beginning to reconsider, which is the first step towards critical thinking. Walk away.
I watch both news channels because I feel like that's the only way to be a fair-minded individual. But it was a guy, 92-year-old Hispanic guy, I believe. Rodriguez is his last name. I can't quite remember his first. I know it starts with the R. And I don't remember the exact quote, but CNN made the headline like, what they said was, 92-year-old Hispanic gets basically beat and told, go back to your country. So reading that, right, reading. If you're with the left and you're reading that, because every person on the left watch CNN, what race automatically pops in your head? White people, because they don't want white people to have a voice unless they're angry liberal. So I said, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm done reading the headlines. I'm done listening to what everybody say. Shaun King, much respect. I'm sure you're a smart man, but you're completely brainwashed. So I'm like, okay, let me look into this before I make a judgment, you know. I looked into it, and the people that did that were black. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong either way, but what I'm telling you is that the liberal media will create, you know how important it is to implant a seed in somebody's head? You know how important it is? If I implant a seed in your head, then everything from now on, how your perception comes to be, you will believe in that thing. Research it. They don't want you to think for themselves. That's why they're thinking for you. You haven't realized that they're thinking for you? You haven't realized that? Like the dude came about the 92-year-old Hispanic got beat up. I retweeted that and I was like, oh my God, CNN, stop with the narrative. A friend of mine wrote me and was like, well, what's your point? It's not like black people going around saying that. I'm like, see how brainwashed you are? You just got mad at me for saying don't control the narrative, but you yourself, who have such a big opinion, have not even gone to look at the facts yourself. See how they brainwashing you? It's okay to think for yourself. It's okay. It's okay. Walk away. Stop letting people, really, I get offended if somebody's trying to control my thoughts.
When you turn off mainstream media, or maybe you don't want to have your cable channel anymore, I mean, it's too expensive. Like for me, I decided to go YouTube. I don't even know what's going on cable news. I don't watch CNN unless I'm force-fed it in the gym. And, you know, your life might be like really calm and quiet. You might be able to just think clearer. and just realize that you're being indoctrinated. And it sucks, man. It just sucks. At the same time, you know, you got Donald Trump. He's totally uncensored. Something we wanted. I don't want him to stop tweeting, because if he stopped tweeting, the narrative that we receive comes from either a conservative network or a liberal network. And guys, we really don't want that.
How in the world, there was no way I was going to vote for Trump, but there was no way I was going to vote for Hillary either. But I self-admittedly, I laughed at Trump, and I self-admittedly used to be a sheep because I would believe fake news, and I believed things that were not true, and I would perpetuate things that I regret doing now because I was brainwashed. And it's hard to believe that this has all changed so quickly, but I'm so grateful that I woke up and I realized it during the campaign when I actually started paying attention. I watched a debate, and then the news media started spreading all this stuff that was never actually said. There was words twisted. It was just mind-blowing. And I watched the debate myself, and I was like, that's not what he said. I don't like the guy, but that's not what he said. And I'd go research, I'd go watch back, and sure enough, it was completely wrong. And it blew me away. I was like, wait a minute, this is crazy. So then I started really paying attention. Watched the next debate. I watched all the rallies. I would check everything myself, and boy, did it completely change my world. And the second I started questioning things and maybe thinking that Donald Trump was not that bad, and I posted that thought online, the second I did that, everybody came at me. Everyone started attacking me. People I had known all my life, people I didn't know at all, were somehow getting on my Facebook and finding what I had posted and coming at me. It was unbelievable, and I couldn't believe it. This was not happening, and so it just got worse and worse, and it made me want to research more, and it made me want to check out things 100%, make sure I knew what I was talking about, because I started thinking maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just crazy, you know. Something's wrong with me. But the more I looked, the more things happened. The crazier the left got, the more I realized I had found something, and I realized I was part of the sheep before, and I was getting out, and I'm out. I will never vote Democrat again. I used to vote for whatever side I liked, but I will never, ever vote Democrat again. It is unbelievable what has happened and how sadly brainwashed people are. There's no other way to put it.
But apparently the mainstream media has been discrediting it and saying it's a Russian bot thing and there's no merit to it at all. Like, there's absolutely nobody leaving the Democratic Party, which who in their right mind could believe that? Anyway.
How could you just wake up every day and say, let me go find more problems to be mad about and things to just fuss about, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create all kind of trouble, and I'm going to stir up stuff, and I'm going to show up at people's jobs, and I'm going to go ahead and harass people in restaurants, and I'm going to tell them how I feel and what needs to be done and how they think and how evil they are, but I'm not going to give any solutions. No, I'm not going to give any solutions. So why would anybody want to follow a party that's the base of their operation? Just chaotic, emotional, angry, just dominant, want to come in and tell you what to do, how to spend your money, take your money, divvy it out the way they want to under some humanitarian guidelines. And if you say no, oh, you're the upper class rich 1%. Yeah, we can't have a debate. We can't sit down and talk it out, can we? No, because you're going to shut it down by saying you can't tell me what to do or think because you're racist, you're a homophobe, you're Uncle Tom, you're whatever else I decide you are. And if you don't think like me, we're going to kick you out of our little club. Well, you know what? Kick me out the club. I'll go start my own, okay? I don't follow by the rules.
There needs to be a shift, and black people are starting to wake up. And we're starting to realize that the people who are selling us these wolf tickets don't really have our best interests at heart. So I came to this realization during the Obama administration. I voted for him, man. I voted pretty much straight Democrat all the way down the ticket. And as soon as he got in office, this dude started going sideways. And I started looking at the policies that are coming out and what's really happening. And I was like, this isn't what I voted for. This isn't what he campaigned on. So I started waking up to the game then. And I started doing my research and learning about history and how things really worked. I learned that the KKK was actually started by Democrats. The first Grand Wizard of the KKK was certified at a DNC convention in, what was it, 1868? Republicans were the party that opposed slavery. They formed the Democrats to basically counter the Republicans to keep slavery in place.
That's what it is. It's nothing that's never changed. And they're laughing at us. They come every 4 years and take, and they don't give you shit back. So I'm tired of it. I'm tired of giving excuses. They cheated Bernie fucking Sanders. They did all this lying for fucking Hillary. I'm tired of it.
You know what, man? I'm voting Trump. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care who's against it. I don't care who wants to call me anything they want to call me. But I'm voting Trump, and I am going to be loud and proud about it. And this guy is going to get in there. It ain't going to be Hillary, and I knew she wouldn't win. And when he won, I was as happy, and I'm just as happy now. And I will be voting for him again in 2020. And I don't care who doesn't like it. I don't care. I don't care. If you don't like it, get over it, because you got another 4 years after this one to deal with it again. So that's my story. I learned about, Robert E. Lee and how Robert E. Lee, really actually wanted to abolish slavery. Him and his wife were huge slavery abolishment activists. You won't learn that in the history books in school today. Neither are the history books that I grew up with. You have to do your damn research. So I learned that the Civil War was a lot more than just about slavery, and that it was Republicans who were trying to abolish slavery. They tried to abolish slavery. It was the Democrats, the Dem-O-K-K-K rats.
I just feel like Trump is doing the best that he can. He's getting a lot of pushback. He needs our support. He's getting a lot of pushback from the Democratic Party and of his own party.
And I wanted to say, this is very hard for me, as a Mexican Jew who supports, socialism and Bernie Sanders. It's hard for me to walk away. It's hard for me to accept the election was rigged. And so with Donald Trump running, I originally thought there was going to be a Holocaust. I thought he was going to deport me for being Mexican and then throw me in a gas chamber. And I couldn't believe it, I thought it was going to be real. The media lied to me until I saw a video made by Candace Owens. I didn't realize that the Democrats were the real fascists. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize they founded the KKK. And she's right, I can't believe I fall for all the celebrities and I believed in all the propaganda. I just can't believe it, guys. So I just want to say that I'm coming out and I'm walking away, #walk away, and that the Democrats are the real fascists. They're the real Nazis. They're Hitler. And yeah, just stay woke, guys.
I hated you, America. I hated everything about you. I hate everything you stood for. I hated your freedom. I hated your Constitution. I hated your freedom of speech when that speech did not align with my own beliefs.
The more that I learned about Donald Trump, the more I saw the media's been lying about him. And they've been lying to me about who I am and what my worldview should be. I really used to think CNN was a trusted news source. I really actually thought that they were centrist and that they didn't craft narratives and that they didn't try to indoctrinate anyone. Come to find out, that's exactly what they were doing. They were telling me a lot of things like, it's open season on black men and I should watch my back. But nothing about my life ever made me believe that I was a victim or that, I couldn't support Democrats, or Republicans, yet they were telling me I couldn't support Republicans. I saw that how many times they lied on Donald Trump. They lied about how many people were at his inauguration. They lied about him pouring fish food into the koi pond when he went over to, I think it was Japan. I saw a lot of petty actions coming from the mainstream media, Hollywood, Democrats, friends on Facebook and social media. I just saw a lot of things that made me realize how radical the left truly was. And so I had fully walked away. And the more that I learned about Donald Trump and started seeing, some of the success of his presidency, and I saw they wouldn't even give him credit for some of the stuff that he was doing. So I found myself not only walking away from the left, but like outright rebelling from the left. So now that I see the light and I see everything clearly, I feel it's like my duty to kind of bring others to that light, because there's a lot of people that are still buying into that propaganda, all the hyperbolic rhetoric that's used day in and day out, all the lies that they're spreading, how they're conflating arguments, how they are basically painting every Donald Trump supporter with a broad brush. Anytime there's a pro-Trump rally, they're saying it's a white supremacist rally. They're saying anyone that wears the American flag or flies the American flag or wears a Make America Great Again hat on, which I have, they're basically saying that that's racist and that those people are Nazis. Well, I feel like it's my duty to shatter that narrative, to shatter the narrative that minorities can't support Donald Trump and all Republicans are racist. I live in Florida now. I don't live in Minnesota. I live in a pro-Trump, proud American, patriotic Republican state. And the more that I'm around Republicans and white people and people that vote for Donald Trump, the more I see that the media has duped me. They have bamboozled me. They have bamboozled so many other people to believe that we shouldn't support this president because he's full of racism. And I'm like looking at it very objectively. I'm looking at CNN's argument. I'm looking at Fox News argument. I've also found YouTube. Obviously I have my own channel now, but I started out after his election going for independent media sources.
But I just wanted to say to all the people that are starting to wake up, a lot of us have been there. We know what you're going through, and it is difficult. It is tough. People that you love and care about, those relationships, we're social beings, and man, it hurts. It sucks. It makes life tough, and but I'm an American first. I've always been proud of my country. I remember as a kid being proud of Ronald Reagan. I didn't fully understand the whole Iran-Contra thing, but that kind of sent me packing the other direction, and my parents were very Democrat. So my whole family, really, I just thought that's how you're supposed to be. Until I woke up and I walked away. And it cost me a lot of relationships, and it was tough, but it was the right thing to do. And I just want to show my support for all the gays, all the minorities, all the people that the left is telling you we hate you. We don't. Couldn't be further from the truth. We hate the ideology of tyranny.
She has walked away from the Democrat Party. I'm so proud. Forgive me your hand. I'm so proud of you. So, first, tell us who you voted for in 2016 and why you voted for them.
Voted for Hillary Clinton. I even did work with the Democrat Party.
It was a hard time for us both. Continue.
Yes. Our friendship has stuck, though.
Yes.
I don't think I was as educated as I am now in a lot of different aspects. So at that time, there were a couple things that were bigger issues, I think, that I thought at the time than issues that I think are bigger now. So that was where I was then, and I kind of let people tell me, I guess, who to vote for or how to think. There was a lot of social media, there was a lot of influence, and now I've taken back, I've read a lot of articles, I've done a lot of research, I've listened to some other people, listened to their opinions, their views, their thoughts, and I'm kind of now my own person and how I choose to think and to believe, and that's where I'm at now.
This is my English version of my walk away video. I did one in Spanish, focusing on my Mexican friends, Hispanic friends. But I'm going to make this one short because there's a lot of people moving around in English also, and there's a lot of Hispanics, Mexican American people that speak both languages. I want to let them know that you guys need to do your research. It's very popular right now that people say F Trump or F this or F that, and George Lopez urinating on the Trump star, and all kinds of crazy stuff happening. And although it might be a little bit fun, maybe in social media, or maybe you might get famous or popular, it's not good. Democrats are taking down the California and the whole United States. And right now I'm worried about California because that's where I live. I've lived here all my life. I was born and raised here. And Democrats are doing very bad, and they're not standing for anything. They are promising minorities a whole bunch of stuff, and they're not even following through. They're just using it as chess pieces and stalling to get their votes. So yeah, do your research. I'm not going to tell you how to vote or anything like that. That's why we got our rights. But do your homework before you comment, because anything you might comment, but it does make a difference. To be on the right side, on the right team. I hope you guys are on the winning team and come Republican, because Trump is doing a lot of good stuff, and hopefully we will also get California back.
Yeah, I am fully aware that if his policies or the policies that he proposed get implemented, just like the one replacing the chain migration with merit-based migration, it could actually give my parents a slimmer chance to migrate over here. And as you can see, that affects me directly and greatly. But you know what? I still and I will continually support Trump, because I firmly believe that in order to protect and strengthen what this country is and what it stands for, we cannot deny it. We have to have a secured border, and we have to have a common sense immigration law. So with all that being said, I'm actually excited to vote for Donald Trump this coming election in 2020. So yeah, that's it. And for you guys who are walking away, walk tall, because I am very proud of every step you're taking.
I am happy that the blinders are off and that you can truly see what the left-wing media has been pushing for far too long. The concept that that we conservative are Nazis. I don't consider myself a Nazi, for sure. And I just wanted you to know that we'll welcome you with open arms. We'll love you regardless of who you are, what your race or your gender or your sexual preference. And also to let you know that this is not a Russian butt. This is a person that loves you regardless, that welcomes you, and it is truly proud of what you're going through, walking away.
I walked away from the Democratic Party starting in 2008 and completed my walk in 2016 when I started watching the Republican debates.
And it just goes to show you, it's just a good reminder, like that the average working class white dude down south isn't necessarily this racist that the media, portrays them to be. They're just regular Americans trying to work and provide for their families. And that's something that's so cool. Since I've been a little bit more vocal about leaving, I guess, leftist ideologies and kind of joining the Trump side of things, something that I've really noticed with those who do support Trump is it really is a very diverse group of people.
I voted straight Democrat every election, every year of my entire life until 2 years ago. I had voted for Obama And I really thought things were going to be very changed dramatically, and that we would come together as a country. And I had such great hope for him. And then I started seeing that instead of pulling together, he was pulling things apart. And Democrats were starting to get angry and hateful and rude and all the things that I believed in, they were tearing apart. And I thought, who are these people? I look today and I don't recognize anything that I was a part of. Nothing.
And I just wanted to encourage all of the people walking away not to look back. And I just wanted to thank the guy who started this hashtag walk away movement. I think it's just great. It's just amazing. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for not being afraid.
The truth can win, and it will win. And the left is freaking out because of all of you amazing people being courageous and telling your truth and telling the truth about your country and about your lives and your experiences. And they can't shut us up, and it's amazing. So I just wanted to stop by today and say, you guys are so great and you're so wonderful. And I just want to encourage everybody to use their voice for the truth, because it really is the most powerful thing that we have.
What we need to do is walk away from any belief, any ideology, any particular belief, mental engram that's been ingrained into us that is not resourceful to us, that is not serving us, whether that be political ideologies. I don't want to see people just walk away from the Democrat side of the aisle, which that would be fantastic, don't get me wrong. I want to see people walk away from the Republican side too. In fact, I want to see people walk away from identity politics altogether. I want to see people walk away from the need to identify with anything. I want to see people walk away from the scientific bullshit, the medical, the physics that's just wrong, the astronomy, the religious teachings, the spiritual teachings, New Age bullshit. Yes, I want to see people walk away from that too. So that's my calling to you guys in this video. You know, walk away from anything that doesn't serve you, no matter what it is. And the sooner we all walk away from that and begin embracing, begin taking the resourceful information that we do have, the stuff that does connect and make sense and that empowers us, let's all bring the singular pieces we have of that together and pave a new way forward. Done.
Walk away.